Senegambian states are on the West African coast. Senegambia was a center of trade for North Africa and the Middle East. It also became an important part of the transatlantic slave trade. Ghana and Mali had control over most of Senegambia, but some states kept their independence. Senegambia also had a set of social structure in the order of royalties at the top, then nobles, warriors, peasants, artisans, and slaves at the bottom. The normal Senegambian community was a self-sufficient agricultural village. Benin is now located in modern-day southern Nigeria and came to be in the 15th and 16th centuries. A warrior named Apwh expanded the states east towards the Niger River, west towards Yoruba country, and south to the Gulf of Guinea. The capital of Benin was very wealthy. But later in the 18th century, stronger forces caused the Benin to turn into an independent country, and they eventually got conquered by the British. In the beginning of the 16th century, Ethiopia had many invaders. The Muslim state of Adal defeated the Emperor Lebna Dengel and forced many Ethiopians to convert to Islam around 1508 through 1540. The Portuguese interest in converting Ethiopia from Coptic Christian tradition to Roman Catholicism spurred them to intervene on the Ethiopian side against the Muslim invaders. Hausaland is part of the Sudan. The inhabitants here were known for being agricultural and living in small villages. They were called Hausa. Trade here, including North Africa, caused the development of city-states, for example, Kano, which became a known Muslim intellectual center later on. Merchants in medieval times located in the Sahara Desert and the Middle East began using caravans for trade and travel. Such reasons they did this was because of climate change and droughts. Genghis Khan and his son set the foundation for the Yuan dynasty around 1279 through 1368 by defeating the Western Shia and conquering Central Asia and Mongolia. A significant achievement of them was their unification of their whole territory. The unification enhanced the communication between different ethnic minorities and strengthened the national integration process. They also advanced and excelled in astronomy and math. But in 1368, their dynasty came to an end due to natural disasters and corruption. The Ming dynasty ruled their empire for almost 300 years, and they prospered from private and industrial trade with the Europeans, but eventually they fell due to internal rebellions and attacks. The significance of the Ming dynasty was mainly their trade and tributary links. This was the gradual decline of Chinese influence in Japan. The Fujiwara family controlled the political scene over several centuries through strategic intermarriages with the imperial family and by occupying all the important political offices in Kyoto and major provinces. The Mongols are a Central Northern Asian group based on Chinese historical texts. The ancestry of the Mongolic peoples can be traced back to the Daegu. They first came to be around 699 BCE. Many Germanic kingdoms that succeeded the Roman Empire were united under Charlemagne's empire. The term Carolingian refers to the second dynasty of the Franks. Charlemagne's successor Louis the Pio saw the Carolingian Empire more as a religious idea, and on his death will, it was partitioned between his sons. These Germanic kingdoms took place in France, Germany, Italy, Provence, and Burgundy. Charlemagne spread Christian civilization throughout northern Europe, where it had a permanent impact. In European history, the Middle Ages, or the medieval period, lasted from the 5th century to the 15th century. It began with the collapse of the Western Roman Empire and merged into the Renaissance and the Age of Discovery. This crisis refers to a series of events in the 14th and 15th centuries of European prosperity and growth to stop a crisis that had radical change on all areas of society. Feudal Japan had two social classes, the nobles and the peasants. The nobles made up roughly 20% of the population, while the peasants made the rest. The two highest-ranking nobles were the shogun and the emperor. The shogun held most of the power, while the emperor was more of a pope figure, with little power to himself. Srivijaya arose after the fall of Hunan in the year 670 to 1025 CE. Srivijaya is a city-state on the island of Sumatra. The political leadership in southeastern Asia went to the kingdom of Srivijaya after the fall of Hunan. They had a powerful navy that helped expand overseas and controlled commerce in southeast waters of Asia. Polynesian culture was created by the indigenous people of Hawaii. The religious ceremonies were done on platforms in open-air courtyards. The largest platform is the marae Mahiede on Tahiti. A marae is a ceremonial temple which served as a place for worship and sacrifice.